Westminster is coming off its best season since joining Division III in 2000, after finishing 9-2 overall, the most wins since 1997, and an ECAC Bowl win. To what do you attribute this kind of success?
I think first and foremost, we're blessed to be at Westminster because of the tradition and history. Those that are familiar with small college football in Western Pennsylvania, Westminster's won 6 national championships. So for me personally, it was very, very rewarding to get our alumni back and get excited and be proud about our program, because it's a special place, and the expectations in the past have always been to not only be competitive but to be a winning program. So I just attribute it to having a great alumni, great support, good coaching. We've worked very, very hard to create a culture of winning, but it didn't take a lot to do that. What it took was, hey, look down the hall, and there's no better representation when you have 6 national championships in your trophy case, literally across my office. So I think it was just a matter of trying to get our players just to get a little bit more mature. When we started, we had a lot of freshmen playing. We knew we were going to take our lumps early, but we also knew that the payday moving forward was, as our players experienced losing, because we lost our first 5 games of the 2014 season, but we knew they were doing the right things and getting better and better, and the relationships with the players and the coaches got better. And so that's essentially just the work that needs to be done and the progress that needs to be done to continue to get better, and hopefully this year we'll continue to grow.
Westminster is returning 8 All-PAC players from 2015, including first-team honorees and senior linebacker Mac Quinn, and junior defensive back Todd Jeter, second-team honoree Demetrius Bentley. In addition, the Titans returned 16 starters, which includes your leading passer, rusher, and receiver, and 7 starters from a defense that was nationally ranked in multiple categories a season ago. What do you expect out of your top returners? And who do you expect to make significant strides going into 2016?
We expect our players, like every coach here, to get better, not only on the field but off the field and in between the years. The guys that you had mentioned, we have a philosophy. We believe in playing great defense and running the football. Those were the 2 biggest improvements that we made from year 1 to year 2. I honestly think that in the end, the game's going to be about that. You've got to be able to control the line of scrimmage, and we did a great job with it. So our expectations are that we continue to play that type of brand of football. But more importantly, the older players that you had mentioned now need to become mentors. They're not the young guys anymore. They're not the guys that they're the freshmen. Now they're the juniors and seniors that need to teach these guys coming in that this is how you play college football, this is how you prepare, and this is what you need to do to be successful.
Your recruiting class is likely the largest in the history of Westminster football. Can you talk about your incoming class and expectations for members of that class?
We don't set out to have that number, 80, I think it was 82, 83 to finish up. What we try to do is, I've got great coaches on my staff that do a tremendous job of recruiting. We don't do mass recruiting on the weekends where we bring 65, 70 guys up, and a lot of my peers or people that I rely on for advice said, you have to do that. Well, we've brought kids up during the weekday. We've brought them up with mom and dad, so we have an opportunity to be more personal with our guys. We just believe in that, and the result was we just got some very talented guys, and I think that's probably has a lot to do with the academic environment, the total environment at Westminster, tradition. We've had some recent success, obviously following a 9-2 year. It's more of, now we can show them that what we say we can deliver, and so our expectations for freshmen, I'm really excited because we needed it. We were lacking in some depth. Certainly the numbers are going to help us be more competitive. We're going to have a lot more battles. Anytime you're in a situation where there's competition, you're going to bring out the best in everybody, and that's what we're looking forward to. Nobody's promised anything. Let's just go out there and see who the best are and try to do the best we can to win football games.
Coach, last question for you. You have two new additions to your coaching staff for 2016 in Joe Lakatis and Mike Box, who are both Division I student athletes and played professionally after graduation. How important is it to have coaches with that particular kind of experience on your staff?
Well, they're young in terms of their coaching careers, but I believe it helps us tremendously with being able to surround our players with quality men that they've had success. You talk about experience, and the one guy that I failed to mention is Coach Radakovich. I mean, you're talking about experience. I don't believe anybody in this room has a coach that has 2 Super Bowl rings. So they get to see that every day as well. Our young coaches, they have a huge role, particularly at this level, and particularly with recruiting and getting out there and getting our name out there, and they do a tremendous job. Mike and Joe. Mike played at UConn for Joe Moorhead, who's the offensive coordinator at Penn State. Very excited to have Mike. And then Joe Lakatis was from Upper St. Clair, played for us at St. Francis, so very familiar with Joe and how competitive he is. So they're going to blend really well, and our guys are going to really enjoy the experience of being with those guys.
Mac, you had a breakout season in 2015, earning all-region selection, first team, all PAC honors, and a spot on the ECAC All-Star team. You finished third out of all positions in the PAC with a team-high 103 tackles, while tying for first in the league with 4 forced fumbles. What was the difference last year compared to your first 2 seasons? And can you talk a little bit about expectations for 2016?
I think the difference is just Coach finally put me on the field. Nah, I'm just kidding. The difference is just really learning the game and learning how to play at a college level. Like, I always knew I had the abilities to play football, and since high school, I'm sure all of us were the best players on our team we could play, but it's taking it to the next step and learning how to play at a college level. I couldn't have done it all without Coach Benzel and my linebacker coach, Coach Snoff. They taught me it was more than a game. You have to learn the game. You have to study the film, know your opponent, and just learn the game better off in college. And it really helps in the field. And Coach Benzel always says, to be the best middle linebacker, you got to anticipate the play. Like Pete was saying, just knowing where to go with the ball before. It's just like, what is this offense going to do on this down? And just knowing. That really helped me pick up my game to the next level. And my sophomore, freshman year, that was just more mental reps. I had the good linebackers in front of me, looked after them, watched them in film, showed up every day, and finally paid off.
How important was it for the team to finish the 2015 season with that ECAC Bowl championship?
Oh, it was big. Instead of taking an L, we got a W, which is always nice, but to win a championship game, and that's what our whole plan was with this coaching staff, is to bring back that tradition, bring back the pride and that winning tradition, them 6 national championships we had. And what better way than to start with the championship? It took us a couple years, but we got it. And it was also big for us because a lot of my friends were the senior class, because that's who I came in with. And just those guys stuck it together, stuck with it through them 500 years. Sometimes we didn't even get 500. And they stuck with it, and it's nice to send them out of their senior year with the championship and a ring under their belt.
What do you expect out of yourself as one of the more established team leaders? And what are some of your personal goals for your senior season?
I expect myself to pick up that leadership role even more. Coach Benzel's always bringing me in the office, telling me I got to be harder on the guys, be more leadership, and it's so hard for me to do because I just like going out there and playing the game. So now I have to become more vocal with it, and with the largest class you said that we might bring in, I got to just put on a rule for the younger kids and show them what it's all about and how the Westminster way is. And for the goals this year, I do have goals. I want to at least try to get 150 tackles. We'll see. And I've always wanted to get the defensive MVP. What better way than getting that MVP for defense? So it's my goals and team goals. We want that PAC ring. We want the championship. Good luck to everybody this year, though.
Mac, Coach Benzel, thank you guys. Westminster will get its season underway September 3rd at home against Cairo College.